I decided to speak about this, and when I was talking about it, it almost got me in tears to the point where I can't imagine what I would do or how I would feel if any one of my students ended up to be a victim like that. Either got injured or their life got taken from them.
Yeah,
Do you know what? And to be fair, I don't even really want to think about it because
you don't want to attract that energy.
there's so much promise in them as well. That's what they want. That's what they really want to focus on. But I just want them to know that if they've got any issues, if they've got any problems in the area, if they feel that there's no one they can talk to, then I'm always going to be here for them.
But another quick thing, because before we give you your details,
that's cool.
People who do Saturdays, because one thing I've noticed about them is they rarely do get involved in such activities. So that's the benefits of going to Saturday schools. It stops violent or self-hating behaviour. There's hardly, most of the people who get involved in such incidents, they do not go to Saturday schools at all. So that's the benefits of Saturday schools. They don't really attract that sort of energy because they're busy, not busy, but they're focusing, they know about themselves. It basically changes someone's character completely.
Most definitely, because like I said, my whole point of my approach, my teaching style, when it comes to African history, is teaching our students, our young people, to love themselves. More importantly, to teach them the greatness of African and Caribbean people, what we brought to the world, how we influenced civilization, and to teach them that they descended from greatness, and all of that greatness that came before them is within them. You know, love your hair, love your afro, love your nose, love your lips. Our lips aren't big, our nose aren't big, our nose and our lips are normal. Do you know what I mean? I don't like saying we've got a big nose and we've got big lips, because what or who are we measuring those against?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? If there's big, then there's small. If there's big, then there's small. Then there must be a middle. Do you know what I'm saying? We're not one end of the spectrum. We are the spectrum.
We have to remember, Nubians, we have all features because we are the
Exactly.
first. So
I know.
From Chinese eyes to European nose to whatever.
And a lot of the time, our young people are going through unfortunately, they're going through a self-identity crisis, and I just teach them to love themselves.
Okay, sorry, I'm just going to leave you there.
That's fine,
it's amazing. We've been speaking to you. I've been telling people online that you're powerful. You're saying powerful speech.
Thank you.
And so more people, I'm sure, will be contacting you later. But could you again just mention your contact, how people can reach you, so that
no worries. That's fine. Perfect. So you can contact. So the school has an Instagram. Sorry. The Instagram for the school is at ABSS. Sorry, what's that? There you go. .uk. That is our Instagram is at ABSS.uk. And my personal email address is Kayode.
Can you spell it?
Yep. KAYODE.ABSS@gmail.com. I'll say that one more time. It's Kayode, spelled KAYODE.ABSS@gmail.com. You can get at me in regarding the school, or if you wish to contribute anything towards the school as well.
Okay, excellent. Oh my gosh, that was some people I'm like having to motivate them to speak, but I don't left you like oh my days. So we definitely see more of you, and we're looking forward to any things taking place in the school.
Yes.
And it's nice to see a very confident, strong brother.
Thank you.
Letting other people know, look, I'm here just for you guys.
And I love the fact that my sister, African Nubian woman, doing a big radio show. You got to big her up. So support the team. You know what I mean? Thanks for having me. It's been lovely. You've had a lovely time, an amazing time.
Okay, thank you. So I'm just going to quickly interview, because we're going to again interview Caroline in 2 weeks, but we're just doing a short interview today for 15 minutes. So Caroline, could you? I basically introduced Caroline as empowerment speaker. And also mentioned because she's got a book, so I said, oh, why don't I just call her a writer and a book publisher or something? That's fine. So Caroline, so you're here and you've got some stuff coming up. There's loads of stuff coming up, isn't there?
Yeah, there's loads of stuff coming up. My profession, I'm a psychologist by profession.
Really? Oh,
Yeah, but I'm also a motivational speaker and a mentor, and I do empower a lot of youths. I've got a youth forum as well, and I'm also a writer. I also represent people in court as a Mackenzie friend at law.
Wow.
So I've got a lot going on, but yeah, I've got a lot of things coming up at the moment. I've got my book release party coming up soon. We anticipate in November. We've also got a product out called Solar Power. It's a
Solar
power,
energy.
yeah, it's a power bank, basically.
Really?
It's like a solar power bank. You can charge your phone with light energy, or you can charge it as normal, like electricity. So a lot of people that go into like clubbing would, or on the train when you ain't got no money or
This
whatever.
should be something that should
Yeah.
be brought to like.
Well,
long time ago.
we're trying. Me and my business partner.
This is a good idea. This is an excellent idea. This is a big idea. Actually.
It's really big. So we're trying to market that, and so far so good. It's by Pride Clothing Line. So it's a brand. So basically, we have like it's called Pride Clothing Line.
So
We've
this
also
is your own brand.
yeah, me and my business partner.
Okay. Wow.
So yeah, we've got
Where
a
do you
few
get
things
this solar
coming.
made?
Oh,
I'm not gonna say nothing.
It's like in China. You can get these different places like China. You can get them made in Malaysia as well. So
But it's a really good.
we're looking to go out to Africa as well, because I think it's needed a lot in Africa as well, because there's no much electric goes on and off.
And there's a lot of sunlight.
And there's a lot of sunlight, so but this is best of both worlds. We're gonna take it to clubs as well, because when people's run out their battery,
Oh, they just use
you're
that.
like yeah, okay, to get the solar.
Wow, that's a really good.
So
But
that's-
you're doing a lot at once, which is very good, because apparently in business you're meant to be doing several things. Business people. Yeah.
Of course, I never put my egg in one basket. You know why? Since I read Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, I knew that I'm not cut out for employment. Self-employment is the way. Employment, it really is an enslavement trap. That's how I see it. I've been employed for a while, but I realize now self-employment is the most beautiful thing you could ever do, because I don't know whether you mentioned it, but it's liberating, to give back to the universe. That's what I
Because
see.
you guys literally did what you're doing. You're allowed to be yourself, and that's why this show's called Celebrating You.
Yeah.
So when you're in an environment which allows you to be yourself,
Yeah.
what that does is basically, how can you say, it makes you feel really happy.
Yeah.
Being
Brings out
alive.
the best in you. Brings out the best in you.
It brings out the best in you. And you know what's so powerful is what I found working with our own people. Like the person I'm working with now, we young people, our own age group, sharing gifts together. We've all got so many talents and so much gifts out there. It's so awesome. I mean, if we all put the energy in I call it the powerhouse together, we are powerful beyond measure, and they can see this. Hence why, there's a lot of distraction diplomatically. So yeah.
And there's too many distractions. I always try to stay away from them. Like there's several, there's several ones. That all the ideologies.
All the ideology, and our most problem, because I'm writing my second book on identity as well, but a long line. But the what I found out, social media is got the gift and the curse, but mostly in the black community has become a curse.
Really?
Because what it is, there's a lot of you've seen the WhatsApp groups,
A lot of, I'm not calling them. I call them waste. Also waste people. A lot of time wasters.
Well, I mean, it's more. I mean, the way it's used, it's not really. It's good, and then there's some bad things in it. What I've realised.
I was going to say Facebook was in that predicatory with WhatsApp many years ago, but it just recently became seriously, because now people are doing events. They are, they're using it for advertisement. So it wasn't that good before. It's WhatsApp is. You have to think WhatsApp's a baby. WhatsApp not up to 7 years old or 5 years old, and in 2 years' time, WhatsApp will be like Facebook.
But the ideology is, because obviously I've been doing the research about it, the ideology with social media, the initial intention was to track you.
Really?
What you're doing.
And that's why sometimes when you say something or do something,
Everything
a few
they
days
do,
later, it's on the news. You're like,
Everything you do, they know.
Why
They
is my
keep the
stuff
data.
underneath?
They
Little times
keep
we have
the
a
data.
discussion. Next minute you know it.
They keep the data, and on the social, on anything that's technological, they keep data. It's dated information. So whether that's a good or bad, depending on you, because like now employers also search Facebook before they employ you.
Yeah.
You understand? That's
very true. I know a lot of people who got turned down jobs or fired from their jobs
Yeah.
because employers search their name on Facebook and see what kind of post you're putting up, see who you are, and then they're like, nah. So.
Yeah. A lot of people have gotten fired. I mean, I'm doing an experiment due to what my research.
But I think we're in the era now where people are so expressive. I think in the future, the younger people, they will not work. Their jobs would soon be a thing of the past. People now work independently because people are getting so smart, and you understand the job market has become so stressful because they realize people are so intelligent. They now think, oh, because you're so intelligent, I'm going to make you work. The job you did 10 years ago, we're going to make it 3 times harder now, and pay you the same money. So they're making people work very hard for very little pay.
Yeah.
Because they realize human beings are so intelligent now.
But you know another thing, money's not going to exist no more.
I know it's
going to be a cashless world. So what it is, they trying to mold you, like when someone's trying to groom you in slowly but surely. It's just been subtle grooming, you know. I mean, and if we listen to people like Dr. Robin, he's my mentor online. I met him, but I haven't, communicated with him on a deeper level. But yeah, him, and obviously you know my mentor, Dr. Uma Johnson. So it's deep when you get power knowledge from that we have as people, you know, to realize that, you know what, the best place for us to go back home.
Africa. But, I mean, the whole world belongs to us.
The whole world belongs to us.
I know, true.
The whole world belongs to us. So what I found, I found a lot of things like that with social media. It helps to communicate, us to communicate and things like that. And also, it helps to set a persona that you can do a lot with it. It can break or make you.
It's mean social media itself.
Yeah, it can break or make you.
But you're a psychologist, so you know that some people are pretending. Because I look at some characters, I'm like, I swear I've seen you in public.
Yes.
You're a completely different person, like online. Yes. I'm not being really online.
It's an online identity, really, that you can form who you want to be online.
True.
With a business or social, like a different character. You understand? And that's why they've got social media laws now in court. You know, you can get down for character defamation. People are putting up all sorts, you know. So, and a lot of our people are not aware of these new laws. Well, it's not really new. These laws are there. You know, when you see that someone's messed up someone's business.
Delivery.
Say, for example, I could be dating a man and the man's got his own business and that. Because we've broken up, they can go just talk rubbish about the person.
And I notice they do that a lot in the black
community. They do that a lot. A lot of that is happening.
See something and it's deliberately before the person even launches.
Yeah.
They're like, I don't know what sort of character it is. I think it's very common, very much with the not very rude. I'm just saying the much older, like
older generation.
But like those like 50 and above. A
Yeah.
lot of them, not being rude, they didn't open a business. So some of them are even dissing a business before they don't even have their own. They're like, oh, why? It's something about the fonts. They don't like the graphics or went to the website.
We're very petty, oftentimes we're very petty, but also we are very fruitful beyond measure, and that's what they can see. Hence why
there's two extreme sides of us. There's we can be
really
nasty,
good, and really bad,
yeah.
and all that. So yeah, that's what I've been up to. But as you said, when we come back next time, there will be more to discuss. There's a lot of things.
I noticed there has been an improvement in the behaviour recently within our community. There has been some improvement. They're not as been as, let's say 2 years ago or even a year ago. It was like a war zone. You know, just tried to get a little. Now they've calmed down. I think the whole Brexit thing has made people say, you know what, let's give people chances.
Do you know what's deep is that, I don't know, everything that the system does has been planned 6, 10 years, 20 years before.
I know they did.
You understand me? So because when you are a reader, because people, as he was saying, if people don't like reading, when you are a reader and you listen to conscious people, like for example, just an example, it's not really a good one, but it is alright. And I used to listen to Tupac, and he used to talk about the Oyster card. The boy was 10, 15 years ahead of his time. You understand me?
Yeah.
And we're using these gadgets now. So, I mean, it's all about informing yourself, being informative, you know. Now that I've gotten into the world of writing and reading, when you join that group, that writers group and the artistry group, you understand, wow, like, there is certain information out there. The more you are informed, the better. You have to think outside the box of the school systems, because what the school does, sometimes it does limit certain knowledges that you can get. And as it says, everybody has knowledge somewhere, somehow.
Everyone has skill.
Yeah. So it's up to you how either you write it down, because black people don't like writing down. They don't like documenting.
I write all the time. Look, I've got a box there. It depends what type of. Because there's different type of.
There's different type of writing. Writing is writing, but when you document, I'm talking about. We need to have archives of information.
It'd be like what you're doing, videoing.
Videoing, yes. You know, when you
Writing
document,
it down.
yeah, definitely.
Just basically have, like what you said, archives.
Archives.
Because I met some people said they were into business and they didn't document what they did, so they don't have evidence.
Yes.
Of what they did. And you know, when you have evidence, even if you've got pictures or stuff, you can always either redo it or you can team up with somebody else too. But I think, you know, it's the social media generation, like you're one of them, we're all three of us.
We're all one of them, yeah. Yes.
We using documented stuff is like drinking water. It's like as if we were born with it.
Well, like
other people, they may find it harder, so there needs to be workshops.
Yeah.
To target the much
one.
older generation who they don't like to document anything really. Like, so they need to be targeted, because our generation documenting stuff is like sometimes we just go to the park, take a picture, go to take a picture. So we are in that documentation.
I just say, like, I mean, this is why when you go to court they ask for evidence. People need to read between the lines. This is not just say something, put stuff, as you say, when you write something down, it becomes a spell. You're spelling something. So, yeah, go ahead. Did you want to add something?
No.
Yeah, so basically that I found that it's powerful beyond, measure to write. And I've not always been like this. When we was younger, well, I was in secondary school in the 90s. And in the 90s, all the social media wasn't on. We used to use pages, page me. But now that it's happened, everybody, it's like the world is your oyster to write, read, go and, attend the classes like what he's doing, Bantu class. Get the information from our people, support our own products, support our own things. Like, I must say, you see your show is opening up like a platform for us to express what we're doing, our brands, and
also
to
celebrating yourself.
Celebrate. Yes, it is celebrating you. Yes, definitely.
That's one thing that was really not recent, but like years ago, even till now, they kind of do it. They don't encourage you to talk by yourself. Like, everyone else can, but be humble. Yeah. Why should we be humble? Yeah. Humble for what? Yeah. When we've got a lot to.
You got a lot to give.
Yeah.
You got a lot to give.
So
you got a lot
celebrity
to give.
Nubians you see showing up. But what about you? We should be able to do.
Yeah. But with that said, it depends on the personality, because some people are introvert and other people are extrovertic people. So it depends. And you as a teacher, you would know that sometimes you got to bring that out with people, and the upbringing. There's a lot of factors to it. As why people are not celebrating themselves. All right. Yeah, there's a lot of factors as to why people don't celebrate themselves. Yeah. So,
okay.
what do you think?
No, very much to come in on that as well. I think there's certain bits of information that we as a community, we as a people, need to keep within our community as well. I think if we're discussing a plan for empowerment and how to move forward as a people Okay, I think if we're discussing that plan, we shouldn't put too much information out there for the world. Do you know what I mean?
I agree with that.
Especially intricate plans about what especially we're gonna do and how we're gonna move forward and the people involved. You know.
Definitely agree with that.
Yeah, I think get as much information out there as we can regarding like hidden history about Africa and the Caribbean and how we influenced society and the world. You know, but when it comes to the real nitty gritty, getting your hands on and moving forward, I think information and plans and agendas like that need to be kept off air, off YouTube.
I agree.
Off
I
social
agree.
media.
I definitely
and
agree.
behind closed doors.
That's what
You
they
know?
did. The
So,
Protocols of the Jewish People. I don't know whether you read that book.
No, not yet.
That's a book that when I read it, I was like, wow, all these things, they planned it a long time ago. And obviously, those days, there weren't no social media, nothing like that. Hence why they brought the social media out, because they want to know what your hell you're up to. Do you know what I mean? But do you know what? It's so funny how many black men read.
Yes.
I've like in prisons, right? I've been to Felton prison, young offenders, like trying to mentor some of them, and these young offenders do read, but it's just not verbalized. Like, they don't speak about it a lot. There's a lot of our black men that do read. I found in prison. I was like, you ain't got nothing else but to do that sometimes. But you as a black man, I don't know. What would you? How would we make that like verbalize? You think like so that our community can know that yes, our black men do read, and they are knowledgeable.
There's too many. Okay. Yeah. To say that to get more of our young people into reading as well. You have to remember the social climate we're in at the time today. A lot of the time, our young people aren't interested if it doesn't make them money at all. So if we can find a way to make education, knowledge, economically profitable for them, then more and more they'll be interested in reading as well. Also, I think if you're focusing on African Caribbean men as well, just maybe a good talking point as well, but African Caribbean men tend to behave how women want them to behave to a certain degree. So if a woman wants a man to read, wants a smart man, wants someone that's reading, who's doing so many different levels or particular levels of education, then more and more our men, the males in our community, so the men, so to say, in our community, will pick up a book and start reading. Because I did hear one perspective on male-female interactions is that men act the way they do because they feel that's the way women want them to be.
Really?
Yeah, it's like, for example, men want nice things, right? Because they know women like men that have nice things.
Oh, right.
Do you know what I mean?
I was going to quickly cut this off.
Yeah.
That was a really
Yeah.
good conversation.
Yeah.
I have another person calling in, and so the interview is
Dan.
done. And Caroline, could you give your contact details of how people can reach you?
Yeah, so you can reach me on thinktank720@gmail.com, Facebook Caroline Namugabi, Instagram Psychological Think Tank 360, and yeah, that's me.
Excellent. So you're that's it. So yeah, so I'm just gonna radio thing go on soon. Radio yeah, advert. So that's it. Done. Advert. So there's advert on that. So
All right, that's good.
I'm gonna say, hi Richard.